Hello and welcome to the very first episode to The Ones Who Made It. I'm your host Priyanka and I have Nishi Mishra with me, who is a social entrepreneur, a teacher, now my classmate in C section, and also our junior placement rep for our batch. So, welcome Nishi, first of all.
Thank you so much. Such a warm introduction, Priyanka. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes. So, just for your information, viewers, Nishi is the founder of Muskurate Raho, which is an NGO based out of Mumbai. They do beach cleanups, they do plant restoration. They also teach kids. They make kids' life much more fun with celebrating festivals, and also teach them like good skill based education. So it's a lot of work, but also sounds a lot of fun. So the reason why Nishi is here with me today is that we have seen like a lot of entrepreneurs doing the same sort of like a business, sort of a profit based business, and growing um, a lot in their careers, their business reaching heights. But the main reason why Nishi is here with me today is because I wanted to start this series with a offbeat person, and I think Nishi is the most offbeat person that I've met, at least till now, in my 1 month into IIM. So she has done B Farm, I guess, and then she went on to start her NGO when she was in her college itself, and then she scaled her NGO into, I don't know, such a big mass mobilizing space. And then she has also done CSR activity. She has raised funds from Tata Group, then Morgan Stanley, Axis Bank, all the big names. So it's not just like that stereotypical NGO thing, but she has actually done business as well. So yeah, enough about like how why I have got Nishi. So I'll let Nishi tell her motivation to start Muskurate Raho, what has been her background. So up to you now, Nishi.
Muskurate Rao happened in back in 2021 when I was in my third year of bachelor's. It was a COVID time, and I wanted to use it very carefully and very creatively. I initially had a business idea, but then I always had this uh, intuition of giving my efforts to society, and I landed up having my own organization. Initially, it was very difficult since it was a student based NGO. And back then in 2021, I was in my bachelor's. Then I started my NGO. I was also a organic chemistry tutor for an coaching center. So handling all of these things were difficult at that point, but yeah, it started, and now we are successfully running it since like 3.5 years now, and we have more than 20,000 plus volunteers and a group of enthusiastic youth of 20 plus co-members. And as I've already mentioned to Priyanka before, that we have working in 4 domains now. The first one is solid waste management. The second one is Project Green Smiles, where we plant trees. So, and the another one is plant restoration. So most of the NGOs or any clubs, their primary work is to plant a tree and they forget it. The
Yeah.
USP of our organization is that we make sure that that sapling is turning into a tree in the next 20-30 years.
Hmm.
The third very important domain which we are working is children welfare program under the name Project Patshala. As you mentioned, we are providing skills, doing fun activities with them. Last but not the least, we have this women empowerment program. I'm very lucky and touchwood to say this, that when I was 21 old, I was able to empower a woman where I didn't knew this word women empowerment back then, honestly speaking. It just happened. And today now under Muskurate Raho, there are 4 women whom we have skilled, and now they are working under us. And it's amazing, to look back what the journey we had.
Absolutely incredible. Nishi, as much as great work you've done, I'm sure you must have faced so many barriers to this from society, from people around you, people who you would have trusted, and even your own hesitations, right? When you are like some 20, 21 year old, you're going to start something so unconventional that doesn't fit into society's norms, but you have come around with flying colors. But I just want to know, what were the initial barriers that you had to face?
Challenges were the part of the journey. We are still facing a lot of challenge, but initially I had encountered few very embarrassing things. I'll just love to tell you that there was one relative of mine, very close relative of mine, who just gave a statement to me in my initial days of cleanup that, why are you going to the beach every Sunday? Come to my home. I'm gonna feed you as well. So that was very embarrassing for me, and I was just a 20-year-old girl. I was feeling very shy and I was very embarrassed. I went to my mom, and my mom just motivated me. She just said, you need to put your head down and you need to just work. And that was the day. And today is the day where have seen my relative, the same relative, coming and cleaning up in my drive. So that's the impact which I have created for
Hmm.
me and people around me.
Hmm.
This was the first big challenge. The other challenge was definitely that we are a student based organization. So we didn't have this pre learned
Yeah.
concepts about running an organization. So it was quite difficult. I'm still learning in this process. I might not say that I have learned everything, I'm still learning. And the third one, which is very important, that people don't trust NGOs anymore in India. People have this pre-assumed notion about them that they are not genuine, and they are, because have been few organizations who have been doing a lot of malpractice under the name of their NGOs. So from Muskurate Raho platform, I would love to change this notion, and I would love people to believe in that. Muskurate Raho and organization NGOs are working for a cause, and we need to support them. So yeah, these were the three major challenges which I have faced.
Absolutely. I think one major takeaway from this is that when I like first heard Nishi's introduction in class, and I was like, what does she not do? She studied pharma. She teaches chemistry to kids. Her favorite subject is organic chemistry, which is absolutely unconventional. She started an NGO when she was in college. I just wanted to know, how does this fit in into your bigger goal of your career, or what do you want to do in life, in just like one line? I love to know.
So all of these things just happened. It was never pre-planned. Getting into pharma was because I love organic chemistry and biology. I'm very weak in numbers, so my number game is zero. So I got into pharma, and I was a very bright child there. I was a academic topper in my college, but didn't sat for placements because already I was establishing my NGO, and I didn't wanted to give a full stop to it. So not thinking my professional life where I'm earning money, I took a shift towards establishing my NGO. And it took 2 years from getting, we were just only two people initially, and now 2 to 20, and then 20,000 plus volunteers. So I have created this in the span of 2 years. And now here I am at Vishakhapatnam. I am Vishakhapatnam, establishing my career, professional career. So yeah,
That's
it was
love.
not planned, but
It just happened.
sometimes like unplanned things are more beautiful.
Are the best things. Yeah, absolutely. This is quite inspirational, Nishi. Just in like 30 seconds, can you tell me what are the few things that you're looking forward to in your NGO?
So we are here, well established in Mumbai. I want to get into pan India first of all, and second, the domains which I have not explored. There's for example animal welfare. I want to jump into it, and there are much more. You'll come to know very soon.
Thank you, Nishi, for joining me today. I hope we talk about it more offline, on record, and keep inspiring people like me and a lot others. Thank you for joining in, and thank you everyone who tuned into this podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Priyanka.